DA mayors face being placed under administration before breakthroughs around budgets this week. Yesterday, the Johannesburg Council passed the city's budget on the third attempt, and during its fourth sitting on this matter, a special council meeting to pass the budget in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro was finally successful. The DA was able to pass the budget with the help of the African Independent Congress with 61 votes after the ANC, the UDM and the EFF boycotted that meeting yesterday. Well, to discuss, we're joined by Nqaba Bhanga, who is the leader of the DA in the Eastern Cape and a councillor in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Bhanga. This passed, but through the eye of the needle, it seems. Do you really have reason to celebrate?
Yes, we are so happy because I think the AIC took a decision to take the interest of the people of Nelson Mandela first. And it's very important that many of us should understand that the budget is about services to the people. And the decision that the AIC took was to service the people, and they've said that they will never allow that this municipality go to administration and go back to the leadership of the ANC that have destroyed this municipality and destroyed good governance. Therefore, the decision that they took to support the budget was based on the people. It's worrying that many parties like the ANC and the EFF continue to focus on their personal interest and the interest of their organization than the interest of people of Nelson Mandela, because 85% of the budget that we have passed is pro-poor, and we are developing a number of multi-purpose centers for the first time in one budget that will develop multi-purpose centers in all our constituencies, the colored communities, black communities, and in UDNAID. It's a town that was neglected. Therefore, we're very happy. Our IPTS, meaning our bus system, is on track. It has never worked for more than 10 years under the ANC government. Now we have buses of the IPTS operating. The city is going to have street lights. It's going to be bright than ever before. We are fixing and maintaining our roads. We are also invested in maintaining the infrastructure of the city in order for us to protect the water that we have. Therefore, we are
Mr. Bhanga,
we're saying that the AIC.
Mr. Bhanga, can I come in? You've spoken about this being the responsibility of the AIC to pass this budget. And yes, they did help you, but actually it was just one man. The party has one seat, Mr. Boyeye. He was with you, then he was not. He was being courted by other parties. Then he came back. But without him, do you not fear that you would be under administration? This was down to one man. Is this workable politics?
I think I could not hear you clearly, but I think the AIC position was that they are not going to allow the municipality to go under administration, and I think they've took, because the ANC intention is to collapse the government because they want to come back into power, and the AIC decision was that we are not going to allow the ANC to come back through the back door, because the people of Nelson Mandela have rejected ANC governance, because the ANC for the past 20 years have failed our people in terms of delivering services. And the work that we're doing in the DA in the municipality can be seen, it's evident, because services have improved, we respond in time, we deliver services to the people.
But Mr. Bhanga, my question is, this only happened because the AIC was with you, because one man changed allegiance. Is this workable coalition politics?
Yes, it's very interesting that we should understand that coalition governments are very difficult to manage. But they need men and women who understand that the people are important than mere squabbles between individuals. And we've been doing that, openly engaging into discussion with different parties to say, let's focus in delivering services. And there are good men and women in that council who understand that what is more important is for us to deliver services to the people than the petty squabbles that we have. We consistently brief and consult, and I think we had an extensive consultation in this budget with different parties. And the AIC, after engagement, realized that the people of the Nelson Mandela are more important than personal egos.
But there's a lot of mudslinging between the DA and the ANC. Does the DA take responsibility for the fact that the relationships here seem to be so fraught and really hampering the functioning of the council?
The ANC will never support the DA because the only thing the ANC knows that they want to cling into power, but the politics in South Africa tells us that the future of an ANC government do not have prospects because South Africans are starting to realize that the ANC is incapable not only in Nelson Mandela but also in national government to deliver services. We have a testimony to put that where we govern as a DA, we focus in delivering services. Therefore, the ANC would always want to drag us down because they want to come back. And unfortunately, is that many parties, they understand that the ANC cannot deliver anything because they don't have the capacity to do that. For them, it's for them to get money into their pockets and reach themselves as individuals, not to focus in delivering services to the ordinary people. And this budget tells you our commitment as a DA, 85% of this budget goes to services to the poor and to areas that were neglected in the past, and we're investing that to make sure that at the end of the day, we transform our townships to suburbs.
But Mr. Bhanga, given the political situation, can you deliver on those commitments? How much scope do you have to implement the good ideas that are outlined, as you say, in the budget?
For the past 2 years that we have been in power, we do have scope because to us it's about engaging, it's also about us cooperating with other parties and listening to people when they say that we have to make other changes. In the process of developing the budget, we had an extensive consultation with different parties, including the ANC. We allowed them to sit where we're planning the budget to engage with them. But the ANC, as you understand, will never be objective and support that budget because they want to see this municipality going the same direction as the Makana municipality, where people are drinking brown water as we speak, because where the ANC govern, that services collapse, and we're not going to allow the ANC to come into power because services for the people of the Nelson Mandela are better and the city is well run under the leadership of Mayor Ethel Trollip.
So the people can look forward to services, is that what you're saying? And what is noteworthy in this budget for the people of Nelson Mandela Bay?
Our consultation through the IDPs with the people of Nelson Mandela, they are happy with the manner in which we have transformed the city and the manner in which we are providing services to them because we focus on the priorities raised by people on various issues on housing development. We have also, for instance, buying land for housing development, part of this budget for the people of Lorraine and the people of Seaview. Therefore, it's our commitment to make sure that we transform this community and also address the apartheid spatial framework where our people were excluded and also were constrained only to live or were made to live only in townships. Therefore, as part of what we want to do is that we want to integrate communities and we're building closer, even RDP houses to areas where people were excluded. That's why we've bought that parcel of land in Seaview and in Lorraine to make sure that the people who are living in Squala, in Sharks, would also have houses. The irony is that the ANC rejected that. The ANC rejected that we deliver services. 85% of this budget is 85% to going to the poor. I mean, the ANC in the main was rejecting our commitment to make sure that we uplift the standard of those who've been excluded in the past. That we are not focusing on the ANC because we know that they cannot play a clean game and prioritize what is better for the people, but they want to play politics. We are engaging our opposition opponents to understand that we can work together in building a community where our people get services better and they get a good governance. That's why we also hope that going to 2019, we are going to work very close with opposition parties to make sure that the future for our people, not only in Nelson Mandela, but in South Africa, becomes better.
All right, thank you very much. Nqaba Bhanga, leader of the DA in the Eastern Cape and a councillor in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. As you can hear, a very acrimonious relationship between the DA and the ANC in that municipality, and it was fourth time lucky. Yesterday, on the fourth attempt, the DA did get that budget passed with the help of the AIC, not the ANC, but the one councillor from the AIC. A little bit later, we'll speak to the mayor of Johannesburg. They got their budget passed on the third time lucky there. Now,